So I don't
You
know
have
how
to.
much I'm going to remember.
Uh, I don't know how much I'm gonna remember about Escape Room. I seen that like 2 weeks ago, I think.
I mean, I saw it a couple days ago. I wrote some notes.
All at the
Uh,
movies.
yeah.
Weirdo.
Wait, you didn't?
Okay, welcome to the Spooky Dooky podcast, the only horror podcast for you social outcasts, hosted by me, Derek.
And me, Mike.
Okay, so this is a very special episode of the Spooky Dooky podcast because this is the first episode that we recorded since we upload. Oh
Fuck!
no.
Fuck!
I wasn't getting texted all this time waiting for you. And then the text message says, I was afraid to text back and distract you from recording. So that's hilarious.
At least they consider it. Not even like a minute in that happened.
That's hilarious.
Wait, why is this
And
so?
what? What? Why?
I
You
already
said why
forgot.
special? Oh, because this is the first episode that we recorded since we released our first 2 episodes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say because we don't have echo this time.
Oh, that too. But thank you everyone for the feedback. I wish I would have got feedback through, YouTube comments or Twitter, but I've been getting feedback from people personally.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah. People
Yeah.
like it so far, even though like the first couple episodes were rough, but I guess our sparkling personality is just that great.
Yeah. It's weird. And this is also a very special episode because this is our first time doing one for a new movie that's out in theaters.
Yeah.
And that movie is Escape Room 2019. Honestly, I didn't think we were gonna do this, but after watching it, I smelled something in the room, and what I smelled was Oscar.
Are you joking? Like, fuck you.
um, let's get into the synopsis real quick. Six strangers find themselves in circumstances beyond their control and must use their wits to survive. Uh, so I think I want to do this episode different.
How
Or
so?
well, so usually we do the synopsis and then we go into the movie and we get like all out of place or whatever,
Yeah.
and then we end up spoiling it a lot. And since this is like a new movie, I feel like we should just do a quick run through
Yeah.
and then tell our opinions on the movie, and then we can do a discussion about spoilers and stuff.
All of our videos are basically not spoiler free. They're reviews. Is that a bad thing? Are we supposed to be writing spoiler free or not spoiler free?
I mean, because those movies don't really matter, but this movie's in theaters. Some people might want to see this.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right, so the movie is about these people in an escape room. It starts off with three main characters. Was it Zoe, Ben, and
Jason?
Jason? Yeah. uh, two blacks and a white. Um,
I don't know why that matters.
it's just for me to remember.
Okay. It
Yeah.
really sounded like a microaggression, but okay, keep going.
No, it's just more simple. So, yeah, they all get invitations to go into an escape room, and the winner or the last is it the last person standing or whoever makes it out the escape room gets 10,000.
Well, that would be both. Like it's supposed to be the last one standing of them. The point of it is to see who can survive their post-traumatic stress disorder. Uh, and it's I forgot.
Well, no, they didn't know it was going
Not
to
at
be.
first, not until
Yeah,
like the third or fourth room, which kind of bothered me.
spoilers.
Oh wait, fuck. I mean, like, uh, weren't we gonna do spoilers anyway?
But later on, we don't want to just go out and spoil. We want people to watch this.
Yeah, why is this so hard today? I think it's I just woke up. It's given a
And I just
terrible
worked a
podcast.
long ass shift.
Okay, we could do this. Wow. I'm still,
Okay.
like, feeling sedated.
Okay. So Zoe, Ben, and Jason all got invitations to go into the escape room. Whoever finishes the escape room wins $10,000. That was their incentive into going. So they were all they all need have reasons why they want to go.
Zoe
Ben
was a
and
recluse.
You're right, and then Ben and Jason just really wanted the money. But yeah, Zoe was a boring person, and
I mean,
her.
I think Ben wanted friends, like, low key.
You think he went for friends?
I mean, to be social because his boss said, "Make a friend, do something," you know?
Yeah, but I think it was more so the money because he also wanted that promotion.
Yeah. Oh, he
Uh,
wanted to move out of his mom's, yeah.
right. Which what is he doing in a grocery store where being a cashier is more money? I just don't understand.
I think it said customer service after a point. It's like a customer service thing. Does he just mean in general customer service, or is
Yeah,
he supposed to
customer
get a co
service. He shouldn't be around customers at all.
Wow.
Yeah. But so they all decide to go, and then they meet up with everybody else. There's Amanda, and then there's
Big Mike.
Danny. I'll get into Mike
I
and
fucking love that guy.
oh, okay. I was gonna get into him too, but okay, yes, his name is what, Tyler Labine or Labine.
I don't know, he looks so familiar.
He was in my all-time favorite show as a kid called Reaper.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
you did love that.
I love that show, and it
I
got
forgot
canceled.
about that.
And he was also in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is another movie I loved. Um, he was in Rise of Planet of the Apes. This dude is just like one of my favorite people, and it's just I think I'm so biased towards this movie because he was in it, and I just
He
want to
he pulled a
be.
lot of weight.
Yes, he did. He was a great character. He's funny. He
He's
needs
like
more roles. He's like a
he
likable Jack Black.
Oh, come on, don't ruin it for you just did that on purpose. He's like a dad, but, like and he's, like, corny, but he's actually funny corny.
Right. He's
I think
just
I
so
think
great.
the other characters are not that likable, but he was so likable that it made up for that. Did you really like any of the other characters? Like, connect with them or feel like, you know, emotions towards them?
Uh, no.
Yeah, like,
Well, I guess Ben. I feel bad for Ben.
he was my least favorite character.
That's because you don't relate. You never worked at a grocery store.
But, like, he was so fucking whiny, and he was such a dick.
Well, yeah, he killed this. Uh, I'm not
Hello.
spoiling.
Yeah, well, he didn't spoil it yet, but either way, they all had reasons to be that way, but he was just, like, such a pissy guy. I mean, maybe I just like Jason more because he was disgustingly arrogant, but I guess you need that character to counteract with the other ones.
Right. Have you ever
There
seen
needs
this
to be
movie
a lead.
called The Cube?
No.
This movie is just The Cube. It's just
When did The Cube come out?
came out '90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think my least favorite character was Danny.
Well, he had the least important role.
I feel like Amanda had the least important role. At least Danny was the expert in the escape rooms.
With Amanda, she was at first, she was reluctant towards everybody, just like everybody was, but she had a bond with Zoe towards the end. And, like, at
I
first,
feel
she
like that
seemed
was
like
forced.
yeah, but, oh, like, she was cold-hearted at first. Yeah, it was a pretty fast character development, but,
Yeah.
in the first room they enter is like a
Oven. Because you can say that because this was in the trailer.
okay, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. Anyway, so it's an oven, and that triggers PTSD from Amanda, who was, in the army, and what went off? Like an
Um,
explosion. It was like an actual like, there's a name for
yeah,
what
it
it
is a
was.
word. I don't know. I
I
don't.
don't remember.
Yeah. I only
EMT?
play Call
No,
of
no,
Duty.
yeah, something
I
that's gonna
don't think it was
bother
an
me.
EMP because
So
EMPs just takes out electric devices or some shit. I don't know.
she was the only one that survived of her
Right.
Tune.
I mean, I guess we can talk about the rooms too, except for the room that's like the spoiler. I know you know which room it is,
Yeah.
but like, um, there's like nice rooms. I mean, nice ideas for rooms. Like there's a room full of ice that's really cold. That I think that was my favorite room.
I'll
But I
tell you what
think,
my least favorite room was. I didn't feel the suspense from that pool room, the pool table room, the bar.
yeah,
I got pulled out of the movie around that. What was that, like the 3rd level?
see, it was the oven, then the cabin, then the ice, and then the pool table room.
The cabin counts as a room?
I mean, the cabin, yeah, they had to escape that, and then they had escaped it and went into the ice wilderness area. But yeah, I know what you mean about the pool table. It felt like I don't know. It was a cool idea. Like when they first enter it into the room and it was upside down. I like
Yeah.
that. But then, like the actual traps was kind of lame.
Did
It's just
anyone have a phobia towards heights?
I don't know, probably Danny, but that would be stupid. Maybe maybe Zoe would, based off her
Yeah.
past history. Um,
I think that was my least favorite room, but I also didn't like the second to last room, which was the drug room.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty dumb.
In concept, I appreciate what they were going for. So, like, how are we supposed to explain this movie without spoiling shit? Like, do we say who gets to go towards the end and stuff, like, as they as they die? Like,
Okay, all right, okay. Did you like the movie?
no.
Okay, and I like the movie. All right, so okay, we're going into spoilers now because I feel like this is a debate about to go on. So let's go into spoilers.
So Jason and Ben are the last two left, and they both reach for a handle in a strange room that's kind of the walls are black and white and they look weird, little designs everywhere. It's kind of trippy. They grab the handle of the like a I guess a door to go down, and then all of a sudden they start tripping because I guess there was like LSD or something on the handle.
Yeah, is that how LSD works?
I assume so. I don't
I
know. Never
mean,
took it. Never want
you could
to.
touch it and you start tripping.
I guess it's a
They didn't
movie.
ingest anything. Hey, true.
So they start freaking the hell out, and they realize, it's every man for himself, and they have to be the last survivor. And they start fighting, and surprisingly, Ben gets the upper hand, and they find an antidote in the wall, which he stabs himself with after choking Jason to death. Right? Is that what he did?
Did he choke him to death?
Or did
No,
he get hit his head?
he hit his head. Yeah, he pushed him in his head.
Yeah, I did not like that room. I appreciate what they were going for. They tried to do something different, but it was actually funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be funny because like their faces were getting all disformed. You could see what they were seeing.
Right. Everybody in this movie has something in common. And that thing they have in common is they all survived some traumatic event. Like everybody died, but they were the lone survivor. And that's how they were chosen to be into the escape room, right?
Yep.
So, like you said earlier, Amanda survived from a bombing, and she was the only one who survived out of her crew she was with, or whatever, because she's in the military. Zoe was in a plane crash, and she survived. Ben was a drunk driver, killed all his friends, but he stayed alive. Mike was a miner, I believe.
Yes, he was buried by rocks.
Right. And he heard his, I guess, coworker or friend take his last breath.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason got stranded at sea.
right. Jason got stranded at sea, and then there's Danny.
No, Danny. Did you pay attention? They read what
Yeah,
his was.
I know what his was. I thought it was so stupid.
I mean, it's a they didn't need a room for him really, but they had it. I guess that was
Did it?
when they found out like the origins. That was his room, right?
Oh, the poison gas. Okay. So, Danny, he survived from carbon monoxide poisoning. Everybody in his family in his house died from carbon monoxide poisoning except for him. Okay, so that Hospital room makes a lot more sense now to me. Okay.
I was hoping they were gonna reveal that because they all had beds there. I was like, "Oh, please go over to Danny's bed. Please go," because, like, I was like, "What was he?" Because I was thinking at first, was he the game master? Was he just like a plant?
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Have you ever done an escape room before?
Yes, but nothing like that shit. Like, not like obviously, but this was just a room where you just try to escape out of. It wasn't like cool.
Were the puzzles like that obscure? Like you look at the magazines and you see the same name over and over again and it's a possible combination and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
Oh, I'm too stupid for that type of stuff.
There was one thing where you had to take a leaf blower or something. This is a jail cell room, by the way. I don't
Uh-huh.
know why there was, like, a fucking pump or a leaf blower. I don't know what the hell this thing was, and there's,
Right.
like, a pipe hanging up from the ceiling, and you had to put it on one end of the pipe, and it blew out a key like, it was they're creative, but I think I coulda went to a better one.
Right. All right. So the first room, well, so they all meet up and they go to the waiting room. Um, and there's a receptionist, and she keeps telling them that the game master will be out soon. Just wait and or take a seat and just wait. And she just kept saying the same thing over and over again. Turns out it was a recording, and they were already in the first room, which is the waiting room. They look to find a way to escape, and they see a dial there. And what's her name? Zoe. She thinks that it's like a safe, which I don't understand because one of them said that looks like an oven knob, but she turns it, and it was an oven knob, and it starts to heat up. Things starts to heat up.
And they found their way out of the room with that after Amanda's panic attack from like, an air duct on the wall? Was it? Something like that?
Yeah, yeah, because they needed to put the something on the coasters. They had to fill up the glasses of water and put them on a coaster. So the coasters were like a button. So the water would like they were weighted. I don't know.
How'd they
It was
figure
like
that
pressure
out, though?
plates.
Was it a sign that said, like, "Please
Oh yeah,
respect"?
please use coasters. Yeah, yeah. Please use the coasters. And yep, she pressed down on the coaster and it opened up just a little bit. But they had 6 coasters that they needed to put something on. And once they got to the last coaster, they didn't have enough water to fill the glass because
Amanda
Amanda had a
drank
panic.
yeah.
Yeah, she had a panic attack and drank the water. But luckily, Ben is an alcoholic and he had a flask with him, and they filled it up that way. I would have just peed in the cup, but whatever.
Yeah, you know what? I thought that too. We're weird. Or are we? Are we really good at surviving, or are we fucking weird? I don't know.
They got out of there and ended up in a cabin.
And they ended up getting out of that room just before it lit on fire all the way.
Right. By the
Convenient.
way, it was very hot in that room, so they had to take off their coats and clothes, which is very important for the next room.
So they get to the cabin, and it seems like a pretty standard thing. Nothing really happens in it, but it's, I guess, supposed to fuck with Ben, who has to solve how to unlock the door with a
Right.
code. And it was a sign on the wall. Which did you catch this right away?
No,
I did, and because every time I hear this expression, it's because of, like, Christmas. And what was it again?
I don't even remember.
It was, "Oh, you'll go down in history." Every time I hear that,
Oh,
I sing it. So,
I didn't
it's
know.
a like a some sort of sewn banner that says that. So it's like a cabin Christmas room, and Ben knows that because why? He was driving his friends, I guess, around Christmas, and he was drunk, and they're all singing that song, and he crashed and he killed them. And it fucked him up for a second, but they answered it, which gets out of that room, which is pretty quick. They got out of that room. There was nothing
So
important in there.
what I want to know is the people who designed the escape room. How did they know he was singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer before he crashed? I just
Police
don't get.
report? I don't know.
Why
I
would
don't.
the police would need that in the report?
They wouldn't, but maybe someone would be like, "I don't know, man. I was just singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer," like, like, in a panic. There's a lot of plot holes in here, which I'm going to get to,
Uh,
but Yeah, because that shit pisses me off too. Like, the whole why this is going on bothers me. I don't think it's a good enough reason. But they get out of that room and they head towards, I guess, like an Antarctic room
Yeah, it's like a forest, but it
made
was
of ice.
cold.
And
Yeah,
that's supposed to trigger Jason's PTSD because he was with his roommate, uh, kayaking or something?
yeah, I don't know.
Canoeing? I'm white, I'm
Whatever
supposed
rich
to know.
people do.
Yeah. Um, and they got stranded out at sea, and Jason at first makes you believe that his friend went crazy from hypothermia
Right.
and, like, just started swimming away,
Yep.
which you later find out that Jason killed him for his coat,
Right. And I
which
already knew. I knew that was BS.
yeah,
Cause
he was too much of a narcissist and an opportunist.
only reason I knew that because he was like he never seen him again. So like, how would the people know about that coat then?
Yeah.
So I was like, he probably killed his roommate for that coat, and they found him with the coat, and that's how the people who made the room knew about the coat.
They gave him
But
one coat to survive to pit him against each other as well, and they
right,
started sharing it, which, Jason starts getting really because he's scared of, like
yeah, hypothermia again.
he's like, "Zoe, your turn's up." Yeah, real nice to say to a 16-year-old girl who's freezing.
Honestly, I thought he was gonna kill her for the coat,
Yeah,
but he was just staring at her.
and in this room is where lovable Danny Ben throws a lighter. If he's smoking a cigarette, they ask him for his lighter because they find out they have to crack open an ice cube to get a key. They're like, "Okay, give us your lighter." Like you thought, and he's being like a like an asshole. He throws a lighter across the ice. Danny, being the nice, gullible, naive guy, he's like, "Well, I'll go get it." He walks, and then he falls straight through the ice.
Do you know, or do you think you know why the ice did that?
And that one spot,
Yeah,
no.
I think it's because, well, when they were in a room and the phone rang or whatever, somebody, whoever was on the other end was just like mind the rules, and they didn't follow the rules. They used an outside object, which you
Ah,
cannot
yeah, because
use,
they're always
right?
watching. The people who have this escape room going, they have cameras everywhere. So I guess they control that. That is a
Yeah,
good theory
right,
because I mean, it is pretty. It looked like a hole that you fall into, like
right,
he was just
yeah,
standing there.
yeah.
So they all huddle around that ice, Mike mostly, and he passes out. But they get the key out, which gets them out of the room, which leads to
The
what
pool
room?
room.
Okay, the bar room. Stupid upside down bar room for some reason, even though no one had any phobias of heights as far as we know. And I feel like there
Like,
was some.
wouldn't
What?
Zoe be the one with the fear of heights
I
of
guess
falling
so.
because of the plane crash? Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
She was doing too well in that room, though. I mean, she is the strongest character, so to say, but like, I don't know. You think when she first walked into it, she would have been like, like they all kind of showed when they were triggered. I don't think Zoe really showed that. To me, it
I
seemed like Mike
guess.
was the most scared.
Yeah, Mike is funny.
So they're all trying to get a code to like unlock like a microwave or a safe or some shit. What the hell was that?
I don't know. I guess it was a safe, but they needed a knob, and turns out the knob was the 8 ball or something. I kind
Yeah.
of zoned out in this room too.
Yeah, I did not like this room. I felt like it's supposed to have so much tension, but there was none. It was like when they were close to falling off, I'm like, eh. And in this
Well,
room, Amanda's the hero hanging from the ceiling from a which by the way, that phone cord, I don't know how it held that long.
I I don't know.
It's a movie, whatever. So she's hanging from the phone wire from the ceiling and
But
she
she's
can't hold
also
on.
holding on to the doorknob too,
Oh, and
so they can leave.
she throws it to Jason,
Right, and she falls and dies. She
which
did.
everyone was kind of like, taken back by it, but Jason's like, "Nope, she dead. Nothing we can do now."
I mean, he was right though. He was like, "We got to get out of here. She
It,
sacrificed her life so we can leave. So don't let her sacrifice be in vain."
I know it's so hard. The same thing with like Bird Box with uh what character was that?
I don't know. The old man,
The
old
grumpy old
asshole.
man. It's like I know he's right, but like I would be so frozen, and like mourning that person. I'm a pussy, so like I don't know. I don't think Jason's character is really relatable because he's too strong. He's too uh driven. These things are happening right in front of you. I don't think most people are gonna just like, well, this person that I didn't know very well, but like was kind of okay, just died for us. I'm gonna mourn this for a second. Like, I don't know. I would. He seemed
I wouldn't.
okay.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. You relate with the character that's like goal driven. Good for you.
Ew. And I don't know these people.
Hey, Amanda and Zoe bonded for at least 20 minutes. They're best friends.
All right, so they get out of there and end up in the hospital room. And that's when they find out that they all have something in common. They all survived some traumatic event or whatnot.
That took way too long to find out.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, I feel like most of the audience obviously caught on. One of my friends spun to me is like, "I get it now." I'm like, "No shit."
um, yeah. And what's her name? Zoe starts freaking out. It's like we gotta do something different. We can't do what they expect us to do. And Jason's like, no, we gotta get out of here. You're crazy. And so Jason is frantically trying to solve the puzzle. And um, I don't even know the name of the machine where they check your heart rate.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So they have to get their heart rate at a certain level. And Jason thought you needed to get your heart rate up super high. Um, but so he puts it on Ben, and Ben's heart rate's pretty low. And then he puts it on Mike, and Mike's is high, but not high enough. So Jason, he grabs the little man. I don't know any of these medical devices. The little electrocuted thingies to make your
Yeah,
heart to resuscitate someone if their heart rate is too low. Um, he uses on Mike, and it boosts his heart rate up, but it still wasn't high enough. And then he did it again. He kept doing it until Mike's heart just stopped completely. So Jason pretty much killed Mike. And while all this is happening, Zoe's freaking out and breaking all the cameras. Also, the poison gas is coming out. I'm guessing it's carbon monoxide. I
yeah.
don't. That's coming out, and Jason realized that maybe he should lower his heart rate. So he puts it on himself and lowers his heart rate really low, and it works. Which I don't understand because I mean Mike's heart rate was pretty low after that whole incident. Why it didn't work for him?
I don't know. Maybe it's just another plot hole.
Yeah.
So
So
they leave Zoe behind, even though Ben tries everything he can to get Zoe to come with him because Ben only connects with Zoe. Everyone likes Zoe as a character.
I don't. But yeah.
Yeah. But like when Ben was like insulting all of them in near the ice or whatever, and he's like, "Sorry, Zoe," but like at least he was sorry to insult her. Like he was just like going off on everybody, but like he felt bad with her.
Right.
She's a pretty innocent guy, so like she's hard to hate. And she was really strong talking Amanda through a panic attack. Did she talk? She talked a couple people through them, I think.
She's lame.
Definitely not a main character.
um. So yeah. Uh. They leave her behind, and
They
Jason
get
and Ben goes into the room that you already talked about, the drug room, I guess, where
psychedelic room, whatever.
right they touch the handle and start tripping, and it's only one antidote, and they have to find it, and Ben eventually finds it, and for some reason he tells instead of injecting himself, he was
Yeah.
getting ready to tell Jason, "Oh, I found it." But before you even say I found it, Jason attacked him. And then they end up fighting, and Ben ended up killing Jason. And Ben injects himself, and then Ben goes into the room, which is also the opening scene of the movie.
I had a big problem with how they started with that. It pissed me off. I didn't like that.
Why didn't you like it?
What is it? What is it? What was the point of showing it first? What did that gain? Why couldn't they just do it in order? What does
We
that mean?
we I went over this in a previous episode of the Spooky Dooky podcast.
Yeah.
Every movie must start off with either death or sex.
Well, let it happen with sex. I didn't like it. I don't know
It's
because
the grabs
there
the
was no like.
attention. It's like a thesis statement for a paper.
No, I understand, but say that he actually did die.
Hmm.
Um, you had no and you show it in the beginning that you think he's dead, and like there's no emotional investment. It's just a guy running through, this I guess like a study, and
Right.
the walls are coming together, and eventually it crunches them, and that's when it goes to where it says escape room, whatever. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, this must just be like the escape room before them or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I thought too. Until I saw Ben, I was like, oh.
Like, yes, he didn't wind up dying, but you knew he was gonna be like crunched like that anyway. I don't know. I don't like when movies start out like shit like that. I
Yeah,
know it's a rule, but
it felt like it kind of spoiled it for me because when I saw that happen, I thought he was gonna die or he died because I thought it was a previous escape room. But then when they introduced Ben, I was like, oh, well, yeah, that was the dude in the beginning. And if they
yeah.
showed that scene earlier, then that means he's not gonna die because something's gonna stop. But nothing stopped. He actually escaped. I don't understand how he got out. I wasn't. Maybe I blinked and missed it.
He basically hid in the fireplace by crunching himself.
Oh, okay. And by the way, that was Mike's room. Um, Not you, Mike, but
No, but how? I didn't see that one because of the claustrophobia.
yeah, because all his people surrounding him got crushed.
Hmm.
Duh, read a book.
I can't believe I didn't realize that. I mean, at that point, I was kind of mad. I was watching that scene again, so I wasn't thinking.
Anyways, he escapes. Ben escapes, and Ben meets the game master. Turns out it's all for a online game show, just like every horror movie like this is.
Yeah, I really fucking can't with this shit. The motive and the reasoning is like so stupid.
Honestly, I thought that's what Circus Kane was gonna go by because they had cameras all throughout in Circus Kane. I thought it was
Yeah,
like a live stream, but no. But this one is so live stream.
it's live stream to rich people. It's like the Hunger Games for rich people. Are they taking bets on it? Can't remember if they
Probably.
mentioned that. But uh so Ben thinks he won and he starts smoking a cigarette and then the game master tries to strangle him. But hey,
Oh,
look who it is.
it
Zoe
was
didn't
so
die.
yeah. But
She
I actually like the line. Ben, he was like, "Well, so do I get my money?" And
Oh, I like this one too.
he was like, does the winning horse in a race get rewarded for winning? And then
Yeah.
he starts to choke him out.
And the other line with Zoe, there's two guys in like biohazard uh like suits come in looking for
Oh
the
yeah,
dead
and
bodies.
you're right in the gas room. Yeah,
They look at the ceiling
it
and
was
they
a
see what was hanging,
oxygen. It was an oxygen tank
and,
hanging. The
they're like,
oxygen
"What is
mask.
she gonna do with that?" And she's like, "Did she like breathe or
Did she say
survive?"
breathe, bitch, or something like that?
Yeah, and hit them, and they had a gun on them, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, they
'Cause,
both had guns. She hit one of them and picked up his gun, or she hit both of them and picked up their gun. I don't know if she shot them though. I can't remember.
so she saves Ben
Yeah,
from
he
that guy.
is. Yeah, because she picks up the gun, then Ben starts getting choked out. She runs up there. I believe she shoots at the guy, but doesn't really do anything. Um, Big fight scene, sloppy fight scene, and Ben ends up killing him.
And you
And
think, "It's over. It's
uh,
finally over." No.
y-
This is where there's 3 fucking endings. It just kept going, and I get this is listen, I maybe kind of enjoyed this towards the beginning of it, then I was getting really mad towards this point.
okay, okay, all right. So this ending is when the police is there and they go back to the warehouse or whatever where the escape room is, and everything's completely gone. everything is gone. And I can't remember what the words were on the wall.
She rearranged it.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, it was an anagram for the doctor's name in the waiting room. Like everything was addressed to that one person,
yeah.
but I forget what it said. Oh, I think it said "No Way Out."
Yes, it said that.
Yeah, "No Way Out." Honestly, the movie should have ended right there.
Yeah, and Zoe looked crazy, and it
Yeah,
would have been okay, but
yeah.
instead, they continue it, like, they're both out of the hospital, they recovered, and they're in, like, France or some shit,
I don't know if they were in France, but when I looked at, it, I'm like, are they in France? Because I don't know. It's just weird.
and they're dating, I think, now.
Are they dating? I
Or
don't.
they're just really good friends, really dressed up, I don't know,
I,
but and, Ben moved past the experience, but Zoe's like, "Here's my book of reasons why that happened." Because
and
Ben's like, "In therapy, no, they told me that, like, it was whatever."
survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And she pulled out all these newspaper articles. Whoever was in charge of the escape room, like, staged those people's deaths. Like they said, Jason died from a motorcycle accident. Amanda was hiking up a mountain or mountain climbing, and she fell. Uh, it's just stuff like that. But it that ending was
And
so trash. And then when they cut to the acting was so bad. Did you notice how bad the acting
yeah,
was?
did you ever see Inspector Gadget? Like the
Sh-
cartoon or the movie?
That's
Anything?
well, when I was really young, I barely remember it.
Do you know the villain?
Hook.
The guy who's, like,
Yeah.
in the chair that you never see?
Yeah.
That's how I felt that ending was. This stupid idiot, cartoony villain that you don't see his face, is like, "Well, Zoe, you're gonna be going on another plane ride," because
So
they're simulating it, right?
right. So honestly, I think the movie was supposed to end in that warehouse where she read it said "No Way Out."
Yeah.
But I feel like they finished filming and it was like, hmm, this might make a lot of money. Maybe we should set it up for a sequel. So they just went back into the studio and just slapped this on to the end of the movie. It's just like a setup for a sequel. Like this did not need to be in the movie at all.
Even okay, I think it shoulda ended with the room, where she looked crazy, but
Right,
even if they didn't end it there, maybe they coulda ended it where it turned out to be a simulation when they're doing these people on a flight. I thought it was gonna be, like, showing that, "Oh, the escape rooms are still going after they're gone, so there could be another escape room movie, but it won't involve them." It's showing a
right.
flight attendant and this guy freaking out on the plane, trying to solve things, and you find out they're in, like
It
a
was simulation.
yeah, and they're like, "What's the percentage of them surviving?" And then
It was like
5
0.9%
yeah, something like that, and they said, like, "Oh, they had to have some," uh
possible way of escaping, or
but
else it
I
wouldn't be
watched a
fun.
video on this, and they're like, "What's the point of saying that if you're gonna kill them anyway?"
Right.
That was stupid.
Why do they want them dead so bad?
I don't know. You think they'd be, like, superheroes or super warrior that's what I thought they were trying to test for, like a super soldier, like, they could survive anything.
It was dumb. I mean,
Or I thought because on the same note, I thought it was gonna be I don't know if you ever heard of the Monarch Project or anything like that. It's where I guess in the 30s or 40s or something, they used to experiment on people with, like, shock therapy and, like, try to give them PTSD to see how much the human brain could withstand.
okay, yeah, I think I've heard of that.
So, um, I thought if the motive was like that, that would have been okay.
Mhm.
But no, I got a hook guy from oh shit, Rona, get off me. Damn it. Yeah, so if it would have ended like there's a reason why they're testing on him, leads to some bigger meaning, I don't know. I would have enjoyed it more, but stupid fucking ending. I thought this was gonna be a great movie to like bring awareness to PTSD or something, but it was not
You
like
thought
that at
that
all.
going into the movie?
Well, I read someone's tweet and I knew it was gonna be about PTSD anyway. But I thought like, okay, they're gonna try to bring light to it, bring some awareness on it, to like do something creative with it. But there was nothing creative here or anything. Like, if anything, it was like a punchline, which is whatever. I'm not offended by it, but just like they could have done so much more with this concept. The PTSD thing is a very, very good fear to explore, but I think they could have went more into it. Like,
Mm.
yes, they're triggered by this crap, but I think if they would have shown other experiences in their life where they got triggered by it, because it like lasts forever, I guess, until you get it healed in therapy or you're on meds or whatever. But like if they would have showed like flashbacks of them trying to just live a regular life, and then like the mom turns a stove on and Amanda starts freaking out or something,
Right.
I think that would have been a cool little subtle thing to add. But I'm just nitpicking at that point. Like at this point.
Um, did you see that that news article on I guess it's not really funny, but on Twitter, 5 people died in an escape room in Poland.
Yes. Was that
That was so I don't know if that was viral marketing like from the movie or real. Like I looked
I
at
didn't
the
click
article
on
and
it
it
because
seemed
I
like a
thought it
real
was
article.
I thought it was
I,
viral marketing
I,
because, like, remember when the clowns were coming all over the United
right,
States,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it was a fucking thing for it, which was very smart.
Yeah. Yeah, that was smart. But I
I
don't
mean,
know. The article seemed real. It was a
possible.
gas leak.
Well, now they're gonna have to make, like, a real movie based off that. That's pretty
I hope
creepy.
not.
No, there's other escape room movies I found out, and I
Oh
never
god.
seen them, and I'm not planning on seeing them. But also my problem with this, they hit this trend about 10 years too late, like they did with Slender Man, like they're doing a Five Nights at Freddy. Hollywood's 10 years too late on when this thing is bumping.
Escape room's been around that long?
Yeah,
Hmm. See, they didn't start really getting big here in Ohio till like 2 years ago.
I guess it's different.
Well, we didn't get one in Ohio until 2 years ago, and then they started getting big last year.
We've had them.
Well, you're fancy city folk up there.
I guess so.
All right, so all in all, you give this a spooky or a dookie?
I think from the tone of my entire voice of this
Spooky.
video, it's a Dookie. It's my first Dookie I'm giving out.
No, it's
Did
a
I think
spooky. You're giving it
what?
spooky.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't think it was gonna be good anyway. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, just, it's hard to rate these things, like I always say, between spooky or dooky. I at
Mhm.
least was gonna, even if it was, like, entertaining like I did with Citizen Kane, wow.
Shit.
Circus Kane Circus Kane, I would've said, like, "Oh, okay, like, it sucked, but you could watch it." The thing is, why I gave Circus Kane a spooky, it's a B movie, so I let it slide because it's supposed to be cheap and corny and, like, there's some things that people like about that kinda crap. With this, I didn't think the acting was that good, I didn't think the actors were that good, I think the premise was good, but the execution was wrong. I think the endings were shit, garbage, ruined it. The suspense they had in the first couple of rooms, I was into it. I was feeling it. I was like, "This is pretty cool." Once they got to that bar room, lost me. I think that Mike is a great comedic character. Give him his own Netflix series. Um, I
He
think
had a
Zoe.
series on Fox and it got canceled too.
Oh, for real? Wow, good for
I
that
forgot what it
guy.
was called.
Wow, you're a real stan of this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think Zoe was good enough for a lead. Um, just none of the actors really sold me. I don't. They had the unlikable character trope, which I'll never understand why they love doing that in movies. Like I gave a pass to in Circus Kane because it's a B movie. Actors supposed to be bad. You can't really afford anyone. Like I think if you would have stuck some people in here, like obviously you're not going to go A-list celebrities because then it's going to distract it. But like you need a little better actors in this shit. Yeah, I did not like this movie. It's starting off. This is the first movie I went to go see this year, and this might be the worst one that I'm gonna see this year.
You don't think Child's Play is gonna be worse?
See that I might give it the thing where it's like it's entertaining, but it sucks. It's hard to rate things on this channel. If it's I will give things benefit of the doubt or whatever, but like
Mm.
this had a big budget and like I think there was decent hype around it. Didn't execute.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I give this movie a spooky.
You're crazy.
No. Okay, so just like how you gave Citizen Kane the spooky because it's a B movie, but
Mm-mm.
it was good or entertaining for a B movie. This movie is a January released horror movie. You know how bad January released horror movies are?
Good point.
The last one I seen was The Bye Bye Man, and that was legit the worst movie I've ever watched in my entire life. That movie is unwatchable. This movie is at least it's fun. These characters I actually did like. Only one
Really?
I didn't like was Danny.
I thought you said you had no emotions toward these people. Like, do you
Um,
care? You cared when they died? Because I really didn't.
I care. I mean, I never really care when a character dies in a movie.
That's you need to go to therapy. We need to find out why you're a psychopath and have no empathy.
Not
But
psychopath,
you
sociopath.
no, psychopaths. Didn't we talk about this? Psychopaths have no empathy. Sociopaths do have empathy.
You do?
Yeah, it's a
That's not
misconception.
fact.
It's a misconception. Anyway, you didn't care when Mike died? He's your favorite actor, apparently.
I mean, no, I didn't care. It's a movie. I don't know. I can't really.
In TV shows, you've never cared about a character dying or getting. That's so weird.
Only if it's like a. Only time I. If it's like a movie where you don't expect somebody to die. Like horror movies, I always expect somebody to
Well,
die.
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like when I saw The Fault in Our Stars, that. Oof, that got
Sensitive
me.
guy.
But yeah, I like this movie. It was pretty entertaining. I feel like it was 10 minutes too long.
It's 2 hours too long.
You're 2 hours too long. Um, I just liked it. I mean, it
I could
was fun.
understand it. I could understand it. Like what you having fun with it. It's an
Yeah,
escape room movie. It's supposed to be fun.
and also it's a January release move horror movie, so like I went
Low
in with
expectations.
yeah, no, like my expectations were
This
super low. Like,
this movie was a cash grab.
right, I did not expect to even review this movie. I didn't think I was going to want to because I was like, this movie's going to be trash, but it wasn't that bad.
I I knew we needed something, and like I need horror constantly. I need constant stimulation. So I had to see something, and I
Right.
knew it wasn't going to be that good. I'm like, well, I never gave a Dookie before. Well, this is going to be the first fucking Dookie. We need like a Dookie button, like a Dookie or like or something, and like we'll have like a spooky one. And it'll be like spooky when donate to our Kickstarter so we can afford to buy that effect.
um, so I guess that's it.
Yeah. Uh, Derek gave it a spooky. I gave it a dookie. I guess it's up to you. It's still in theaters. Go see it if you want to.
Or check it out on the Fire Stick. That's what
I
the
mean,
kids are doing
that's
nowadays.
see, that's smart. You saved your money. Like I always like when I go to see a movie like this because I'm paying for it. I'm going to judge it harsher because I gave money for it. Like
Shoot,
when we're watching something on Netflix, like Bird Box, I was kinder to it because it's Netflix.
the movie sucked ass. But all
Well,
right.
go watch that review, everybody, and you let us know. Well,
That's
until next time. Wait, do I go first? You go first. It's been a
you
while. We
said
haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks.
you said stay spooky, and then I will say stay dooky.
Do I still do it?
I don't know.
How are we getting worse with this?
Your
We're
dad's
supposed to be
getting
getting
worse with
better.
this.
Fuck this. Well, stay spooky.
Stay dooky.